Alrighty. It is beyond 5. Apologies for being late. We've just put 22 pizzas on order, so there's going to be lots of pizza arriving in the next hour, maybe? I'm not even sure how long it takes them to bake 22 pizzas, but there we go. We'll find out. So yeah, it's Dodgeball time for those that wanted to do Dodgeball. And so if that is of interest, I would suggest you turn to your seats. And in just a couple of moments, we'll take a count and figure out what kind of format we're going to use. So. Right, looks like a bunch of people have returned to their desks. So just by show of hands, who's interested in the Dodgeball tournament, in signing up for that? Let's have a look. So we've got most of this side of the hall. There's just a few desks here. So we're going to have to join a few together is the question. So we need to get into lobbies of 8 each, roughly. How many of those we can get together at one time is the question. So there's 5 on this row and 6 on that row, so... And then we could split half this row up and move it into the next one. Let's see. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mel, are you joining? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. At the end here, Walton go. Not a big Dodgeball fan. 16, 17... 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So about 32. Well, that's exactly 4 lobbies. Yeah, that's exactly 4 lobbies. All right. So we're going to have to snake round. So first lobby will be A, and it's going to be the free-for-all Dodgeball mod. And that's going to be the 6 in the first row and the 2 from the top there. This entire row is playing, and then you 2 are playing, all right? So then the next 8 people will be you 3. So this is B lobby. Will be you 3, and from this row 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you're in LMC, and so C begins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double 7, and 8. So that's LMC, and anyone else is in LMD. So, whoever, if you could make the LMD, Rex, it's the free-for-all Dodgeball mod. No. We had exactly 32 without you 2. Probably for the best. You guys would probably win it anyway. Of LMA, who has the free-for-all Dodgeball mods? You're the host. Congratulations. For the people in LMB, which of you have the Dodgeball mods? Free-for-all Dodgeball mods, yes. You have free-for-all dodgeball mods? I'm saying one thing, you're saying a different thing, but... Okay. If you could host LMB, then... You're not hosting. I need someone with the mod to host it. From LMB. Okay. Should be fairly simple. If you just set the dataset, I think, to... Dataset based for free-for-all dodgeball mod? Yeah. Scenario. Yeah, it's scenario based. So you just need to load the scenario. And that should be fine. Then LMC, who is in LMC of you, who has dodgeball mods? I think Mel might have the dodgeball mod. You don't? Yeah, if you get it and host LMC, and then I think we'll have everything sorted. Rex is the host of D. So just let us know in attendee chat once each of the lobbies are up. So the way we'll do it overall is that because we have exactly 4 lobbies, the top 4 from each of these existing lobbies will go through to the next round, and they'll face D, winners of D. The top 4 from D will face the top 4 from C, or they'll be free-for-all still. The top 4 from B will face the top 4 from A, and they'll free-for-all. And then we'll take the top 4 from those 2 to do a final round and crown our winner, who will get this very slightly, how to put it, arts and crafts trophy thing, as well as a mug, of course. So that's what you're playing for. Yeah. And afterwards we'll eat pizza. So there we go. As soon as you got your lobby together, feel free to start. Remember, top 4 goes through. Yeah. Yeah, and it's 3 kills per person. That's fine, then the last lobby will just be 7 people. That's fine. Unless you want to join. Yeah, then you join that LMD. Rex is hosting. Right, another thing about the dodgeball mod. When you get into your lobby, the first player in the lobby needs to be blue, second player needs to be red. It needs to match the player colors exactly. Otherwise you insta-die when it joins in. So make sure your player colors are blue, red, green, yellow, following the player numbers. Yeah, top to bottom. So it has to be exact. And please make sure spectator is enabled. Can, but don't restart if you have already started.
I'm this one. I am this one. Oh, finally, I've been given the power. Dodgeball has begun. In LMA, Ted currently top of the scoreboard, playing as, shockingly, the Mongols. Though, I have to say, good guy, showing some good micro for those bombard cannons. Clearly a very intimidating player. As we move on down the line, Crasini, a quiet dodgeball professional. We've seen Crasini stomp before, only beaten by probably the most experienced dodgeball player in the room. That's TomSnuffles. Paradox playing Diplo element of the dodgeball game, trying to encourage Crasini's murder. It might succeed because Crasini is rocking up to the top of the scoreboard. Hannah and Roadrunner, who are... Hannah's an experienced dodgeball player. Has definitely done it before, but Roadrunner, this might be an early dodgeball play for him. Have you played dodgeball before? So this is a first time. One time. No, he's never played before. Just like he's never won a tournament set before. Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen that smurfing. That's what it is. Over in LMB, we have Breakfast at the top of the scoreboard. Breakfast, he played some dodgeball yesterday and showed himself to be a very competent attack grounder. Hallis also at the top of the scoreboard in place number 2. Tumbleweed, Carl, Unrivaled Super Hottie, Diamonic TC, Side Die, and Wildebeest all playing in LME. As we move over to LMC, thanks for Nillis being in exactly the right kind of place for this. We have Steak rocking the top scoreboard here, followed by Riled, CD Player, Dave Hun, Mango Mel, Nillis, Darvoy, and hiding down at the bottom is Rit. But I'm sure Rit will climb all the way up to a victory position. Low-key sleeper. Who are your feelings doing particularly well on this side?
Well, I think everyone's started to learn the rules here, so that's helping a lot with the not crossing the line or deleting a unit.
That is a good point. Don't cross the grey line, otherwise you die. You can't kill anybody if your bombard cannon is dead. W Rex chilling out at the top of the scoreboard in the same bracket as Rhea, King Boo. Boo, you're playing. That's nice. Barles, Happy the Andy, P-Joff, and Tutor with Geology Wade hiding all the way down at the bottom of the scoreboard. Poor Wade. Oh my, we are seeing some very interesting reduced graphics mods. I remember somebody had a cube mod. Yeah, I see you over there. This is me judging. Rhea currently chilling at the top of the scoreboard now for the final bracket. So that is everybody introduced, and poor Grandy has lost me as I've wandered off, stood behind Geology Wade. So, Geology Wade. Well, you can cross those grey lines. You just can't cross your opponent's grey lines, because then you insta-die. It's supposed to encourage you not to camp outside of their base and kill them as soon as they spawn, which I hear is bad manners. Have we got any bad manners in LMB? Hallis, top of the scoreboard. Very intimidating player. Breakfast and Hallis clearly trading places. At the moment, there is a battle between Hallis and Wildebeest until Hallis died. Now, Wildebeest, he's going to come back up. He's currently bottom of the scoreboard, but maybe he'll be able to jump back up. Currently only 493. I can't really tell if anybody's getting close to that victory position. Maybe I'll have to check on King Booze to see if anybody's over there. Ooh, I like this. The strat over here of putting colours off, so we've only got the enemy colours on, which is handy because everybody is an enemy. But on the other hand, you cannot tell who you need to kill, because it is the first person to kill all players in the lobby 3 times. That's the win condition. So if you don't know who you need to kill, that can make it quite hard. So just to throw that out there, it's the first person to kill everybody 3 times. We're doing okay over here. We have 1 player who's definitely been killed all 3 times. CD player up at the top of the scoreboard in, I believe you guys are C. Isn't that right, Nillis? Fantastic. So CD player looking good. I'm sure everybody's going to start targeting Nillis very, very soon. Because, you got to come all the way back from the bottom. Easy wins. How we doing? We're going for Riled, jumping up 2nd place. He's got an interesting mod on that means when he attacks grounds, it has this little circle around it. Is it cheating? I don't know, but it looks great in a bombard cannon war. I'll give it that. It does indeed look good. In green, Steak, he's in 4th position in LMC. And so far, he's in a little bit of a battle with CD Player, but CD Player gets the dunk on him. Sorry, Steak. Better luck next time. Ritz, really starting to figure out the mechanics of it. No longer in last place. That's save for Darvoy, who is chilling at the bottom. Move round. Ooh, and I move out of signal. Everybody's looking fine. Everybody's looking fine. CD Player still at the top of the scoreboard. Currently in a fight with Darvoy. So Darvoy can't even escape his own base because he's being pummeled by Rit and CD Player at the same time. The attack grounds are great, and Rit gets the dunk on Darvoy. And there's some excellent racing going on. That's nice. Mel takes a loss. 3rd from the bottom is Mel right now, but I'm sure that will improve. It'll get better. It gets better. How are we doing around here? We move into the King Boo bracket, who is unsurprisingly at the top of the scoreboard. King Boo and Bars, 2 very intimidating players. Everybody's scared to be fighting King Boo and Bars. Unless they're Rhea. Rhea's clearly giving them a run for their money. So, W Rex, who was at the top of the scoreboard a little bit earlier, has now dropped down to mid-position. And Pjoff he's down the bottom. But it's okay. There's still a chance. Just not if you die like that. If you die horrifically, it's not so smooth. Moving around. How many have you got left? You got all of them. Oh no. Well, Tutor also struggling to try and get the wins. As we move round, Rhea doing okay. It is a struggle for Rhea because I noticed that the graphics mod does remove the grey lines, so you don't really know where you're not allowed to cross. So you really are skating on thin ice. But so far, the kills are coming in. Can't even be distracted by irritating casters. And the kills do land for Rhea. Just not against Happy the Andy. The battle right now going back and forth. Be nice to see how many they've got left. Turning around, we got Arles gets a dink on King Boo. Headshot, Counter-Strike lingo. We'll move around. We'll see how Wade's doing. We'll wade on in. Oh, W-Rex has crashed. No. No. The worst kind of way to lose. That's one less player to come in for the win. And it does mean that Geology Wade, who was down at the bottom before, is now in 3rd place. Looking strong in a battle with King Boo. How are we doing over here? Happy? Andy? Some close shot. Oh, I'm gone again. Now I'm back. When it comes to intense battles, the fight between Andy, I believe that is Tutor and Rhea. Very close as they are dancing in a now 4 versus everybody battle. Very close. Full free for all. Just trying to see how many have you got left, Andy? How many have you got left? It's too many. All of the people left. So we've gone round in our big circle. We'll head back. We'll see how we're doing all the way down in LMA. There's a lot of relaxed looking people. Have we already had a winner? Ted comes in out of nowhere. LM1 is done. LMA is over. Ted takes the win. So now we need to find who came 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I think that puts Krazini, Steve, and Good Guy in our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position because of their place in the scoreboard. But we'll get Grandy to confirm that a little bit closer. Super close. We'll be able to see. It might be better to see who was closest with the number of kills remaining that they needed to get. But clearly, we have our first winner. As we hop over to LMB, is anybody getting close? Well, Unrivaled Super Hottie is currently at the top of LMB's scoreboard, right above Hallis, Diamonic TC, Wildebeest, Bassidai, Tumbleweed, Breakfast, and then Akal. Strangely, Akal at the bottom of the scoreboard for LMB. I would not have predicted that. Akal's a smurf. But I guess you can't smurf cannonballs. Trying to get very close. Akal almost gets a hit in on Bassidai. Bassidai almost gets a hit in on Akal. It's back and forth, a very close run affair. How close is Hottie getting to getting that win, though? How many have you got left? Quite a lot. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. How many have you got left, Alice? You've got 3, as in 3 kills total. Oh, okay. Just 3 players remaining for Hallis to get the 3 kills off. Krazini's ready to dive in on his next one. And I guess anybody who is finished might be ready to dive in on some pizza, as that looks like that is in the right place. So hungry people, feel free to dive in on some grub. CD player back at the top of the scoreboard. Maybe it's because Riled is using this amazing visual mod, but the don't keep coming in. Dave Hunt didn't stand a chance, just sniper rifled.
I might have to butt in here.
You can butt in, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're going to make it 2 rounds, but we're going to have a intermission between rounds for people to grab pizza, because all the pizza are here. So we've laid them all out. The 2 at the end are specifically vegan ones for the people that wanted vegan ones, so those are there for you. And then we have all the rest laid out in big stacks the black bit of the label says what type of pizza it is. So have at it.
It's a close run affair right now between Rit and Steak. The neighbours battling it out. It's almost like a grudge match. Whoever gets the biggest headshot's probably going to just punch the next door neighbour. It's going to be an act of pure violence. Dave Hunn, how many have you got left? More than one. Okay, that's good. Great chat. Okay, Darvoy, he... Well, poor Darvoy. Doesn't seem like he's managed to get a huge amount of kills. For such a previous winner of GB tournaments to not be winning the dodgeball, huge surprise. CD player getting sniped there by, well, everybody else around. It was a 3v3. How's Mel doing? Mel looks like she's doing fine. Well, okay, I jinxed it. Cast curse. Mel was doing fine. I walk over, insta-death. Sorry. I'll entirely take the blame for that one. That one was on me. Rex is now doing some micro instead. I saw the Viper speedrun of this. It was it's a bit much for me. I can't cope with that level of speedrunnery. Is that it? Did it land? And unsurprisingly, the winner of LMD was Barles. Did you do it one-handed? No, not this time. But he gets the win on superior hardware. That's how you get the win. You just make sure that you've got the best laptop in the room. That means that next to Barles, we had Happy the Andy and King Boo and Geology Wade, who were our second, third, and fourth. So well done, Wade. From down the bottom, slunk your way up. First dodgeball ever, coming in fourth. Not a bad position. So, LMA is done. LMD is done. LMB, LMC is done. And Dave Hunn managed to come out of nowhere and take the win. So, Dave Hunn, Steak, CD Player, and Riled came in first, second, third, and fourth. And that leaves just LMB, the last remaining one. The unrivaled Super Hottie currently at the top of the scoreboard, but does that mean that they are at the top of the... Yeah, only top two go through this time. Okay, top two. Because it'll take too long, yeah. So we'll see. Now we're into the real battle, the last one. Who will be our final participants in the next round, which will cast in an easier way than me running around the whole building with a microphone, looking behind people going, hey, how you doing? Are you doing okay? Is this distracting? I hope it's not distracting, because you're doing really good right there. It's great. Diamonic TC slunk into first place in this clearly epic battle that none of you can see on the camera because all of the screens are facing this way. But it's close. It's very, very close. Hottie's clearly been going for the kills. Diamonic TC may be going for the correct snipes, as the fight between the two of them is very close. They're dancing next to one another. Hallis, probably one of the most successful UK top-end players, in third place. So still very close to placing as long as he manages to get those kills in. Did not get the kill in then. Got absolutely dunked on. It was a nice try, though. It was a nice try. So we're moving around. Basai die. Will he Basai kill? He just dodged a Basai death. No, he's doing okay. He's doing okay. We've got a second person with the snazzy mod. Diamonic TC, also with the interesting little circles. Oh, yeah. Interesting circle gets the kills. Kills Basai die, but then immediately dies straight afterwards. Akal still chilling down at the bottom of the scoreboard. Tumbleweed just above that. Basai die. Wildebeest making up the bottom four. followed by Breakfast, Unrivaled Super Hottie, Hallis, and Diamonic TC. So there seems to be a sort of battle for first, second, and third right now between some very, very close players. Breakfast is very close in score, though. So fourth and third are practically next to each other. Diamonic TC currently, score-wise, the furthest ahead out of everybody. He's getting close. I need an overview of the whole thing to see how many kills are left. I mean, it's absolutely chuffing huge. Like I do feel like Wildebeest has a significant advantage because he can see the entire map on this behemoth of a screen. Doesn't help though when as your massive screen you can't see where to click. I guess that's a nerf as he's surrounded by people with tiny screens as they get the kills in because he's still in 5th place. Come on, Basai, you can do it. We believe in you. Diamonic doesn't need our support. He's got the circle mod, so clearly too strong. It's when we find out that he's actually only killed the same 2 people like 20 times, and he's not killed anybody else, so he's not even close to getting the win. And actually, it's just Basai Dai who's the only person who's killed all of the other players twice, and he's just waiting for that final kill. There is so much dodgeball going on, but the defeat lands in, and Hallis, who learned what the rules were, and then followed it to a T. So Hallis, who was in 3rd place on the scoreboard, takes the win. And then we will need to find who is second. So whoever was closest to killing everybody 3 times will probably be our 2nd place. But yeah, oh, was that what you? Yes. So it was pretty close. Well, either way, you got 22 kills, which is very impressive. So even with that, Diamonic only needed 3 kills to take the win. We needed 4 for Breakfast. Oh, Super Hottie only needed 2. So it was very, very close. I think with Super Hottie only needing 2 kills and everybody else needing 3, I think that puts you second. I would believe so. So I think that will put Hottie and Hallis going through to the finals of the Dodgeball. We'll have a short intermission while we eat pizza. So enjoy a camera shot of us eating pizza and chilling out. Catch you in a bit.
So we've got pretty much everyone in the lobby for the final of the Dodgeball. If you came top 2 in your group, then in the Age of Empires 2 Games channel, there is a grand final link courtesy of Crazini. So if you're not in there and you came top 2 in your initial game, then please join that. And we'll get this underway as soon as you're in.
Some actual analysis right then.
Some actual analysis, unbelievable.
Imagine doing an actual analysis for Dodgeball.
I can, yeah.
We most certainly
that's
can.
what we were doing.
That is what we will do. We are analyst and caster combo. I'm a pro analysis.
Well, we can even see Ted getting ready there in the bottom right corner.
Well, Ted's a serious contender.
Looks like he's watching some Masters of Arena as prep.
Is this Valus and
Tato.
Tato?
And often Arena does come down to high stakes dodgeball.
But Steak's here, and I don't think Steak even won his bracket.
He did come second, I believe, behind Dave Hunn.
Well, Dave Hunn, also serious contender for taking the title.
Yes, of course.
And are we already in?
We're
Oh
in.
my word, diving into the finals of LAN Madness Dodgeball.
So, Tom, if you could you just talk me through the civ choices here?
Well, so, the civ choice is for Happy the Andy. He's gone for the Mongols, which is a very, very good civ for Dodgeball because your siege moves faster because of drill.
My thought was that Mongols don't get BBC.
But they do if you've got Dodgeball. Ooh. I would love if it wasn't Mongols only, other than the fact that it would take 10 years because it'd be so damn slow.
See Crazini just get absolutely splattered there, trying to dance too much in the middle of a crowded room. Ooh.
Double kill!
Hallis and Dave Hunn down at the same time. Steak splattered by Hottie.
And surprisingly so far, Barles at the bottom of the scoreboard. So our highest rated player, currently our lowest scorer, with Happy the Andy taking multiple kills to stay at the top of the scoreboard.
Barles in the initial round, he didn't start the strongest, but came out very strong in the mid-game to take the lead and dominate the group.
Maybe Barles is the kind of player that really needs to warm into the game to really find his footing and really land his bombard shots.
Really work his way around, yes, I agree. That's what I discovered in the first round.
How was it playing in the first round against such a professional as Barles?
Honestly, it was the others that caused me more problems because you just can't react to what they're going to do. You've got no expectations. As we see Steak there, Ted destroying him.
Not a huge surprise. I'm a little surprised Steak is even there in the first place, but Crazini gets absolutely dunked.
Well, you were talking to me about how you were surprised that Ted got out of his group as we see him get revenged there by Steak.
Yeah.
As you expected Crazini to do better, but Ted is still remaining dominant.
I very much expected Crazini to do better. Crazini has played lots of these slightly weird maps. What with being such a regular in the community for like
Crazini
T90
and weird maps?
I know. Who would have thought that Crazini would have weird maps?
He's literally been forcing us to play them all weekend.
I've actually been quite enjoying it.
Great
It's
fun.
been really nice. But it's not so nice for Crazini right now at the bottom of the scoreboard. Happy the Andy rocking it up at the top. First person to pass 1,000 points.
I believe by far the lowest rated player in 1v1s.
Yeah.
But,
He's how many was that left for him to kill, Grandy? That was so he's taken out at least one whole player.
he's taken out Crazini entirely.
Yep. So
He's made good progress on both Hottie and Dave Hunn.
for those of you that don't know in the chat, I tried to say it earlier, but if you didn't hear that the aim of Dodgeball is to kill all of the players in the game 3 times. The first person to kill all of those players 3 times wins the game. Nice and simple.
It's not so simple to keep track of whilst you're playing.
It is definitely not so. But each time you die, you get to have a look.
You do.
And if you die a lot, you look a lot.
But often when you die, you're slightly unhappy and you're not going to look. You just go slap your thigh and get on with it.
Unless you're getting very close to that victory and you're like, oh my God, why am I doing so well? Which was my experience yesterday when I won.
What did you win, Tom?
I won the dodgeball. Boo,
Well,
I won the
unfortunately, it
dodgeball.
doesn't count because it wasn't today.
It wasn't today. Well, I'm just surprised they let admins play.
So am I.
So am I.
Grandy in his tyrannical ways.
So tyrannical. Steak, while we might have talked some major shit a little bit earlier, Steak is currently in 2nd place in the scoreboard. Happy the Andy, though, he doesn't seem to give a damn. Like, look at that, 1,500 points already.
Is this the case of being lower rated and coming in with absolutely no fear, nothing to lose, and just people underestimating him?
The only thing Happy the Andy is losing right now is his shit at how good he's doing. Boom!
Takes out
Another
Crazini
one!
again, but I think he's just farming Crazini for points, to be honest. He's already got him 3 times.
That's the point. If he's only been killing Crazini and keeping Crazini's score so low, artificially inflating his score, that
But
means
not
he's
playing
no
to his win
closer.
condition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If he's not getting those additional kills elsewhere, if he's staying in his corner, this might mean a loss for Happy the Andy.
Oh, time will tell. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Dave Hunn down there again to Steak, who was complaining about how well he played in the group stage.
Well, yeah.
Dave dominated it, but
So far, the fact that Barles and Crazini, 2 people that I really picked as being high scorers, are scoring pretty badly is a bit strange to me.
It is a bit strange. You look across the room, they're both very, very focused, but clearly not engaged in the field.
Definitely not engaged in the field, but Happy the Andy. Oh, there we go. We're just moving away. It's an interesting little fight. He's able to take 2v1 fights, and look at that for dodging. He's clicking all of those. Oh, and he goes down.
3 was too many. He can handle 2, but not 3.
Yes, 3 BBCs at once, I hear, is a lot of bombard cannons. Oh dear, oh Ted. You've got this, we believe in you. Bars, now, he's moved, oh no, back down.
He's not bottom yet. Hottie's now slipped all the way to the bottom, which it's not a position I think he enjoys to be. He likes being on top of things.
And you know what, now he's on top of Bars, and now he's below Bars. God, it's a right little top and tumble for these two, isn't it?
It's a tough one, really. He's having a hard time out there.
Hallis, he's had a pretty quiet game, considering that after he learnt the rules, he really dominated his group as it went through.
He's engaging a little bit with Bowles here, but not much is being done.
I find that one of the techniques that often results in a relatively easy kill is when you, ooh, nice on Hallis right there, is when you get close to your opponent and just hammer the click button, because the minimum range.
It does become awkward, and the BBC often bug out, and you can't get the shot off properly as you would like.
Ooh, nice for Steak.
Steak's keeping it even across the field, it looks like. He's taken out Ted completely, but otherwise a nice spread.
Yeah. Happy the Andy actually got quite a few to get still.
Who's this? This is Ted again, even across the field, really. Hottie's struggling for kills.
Hottie's really struggling. Not too bad over there for Bars. Actually, that's respectable. Still got a fair few to get, but
quick glance at Hallis there.
Yeah, Steak looking good. He's finally, for the first time in the game, Steak is above Happy the Andy. That's it. He's got
I think it's the pacer. He said he needed to refuel. He was a little bit peckish before the first round. Got through, managed to find his way through on an empty stomach, and now look at him dominating.
Absolutely dunking on Ted right there. It's like a basketball pro.
As we did see last year when State was playing a tournament set, he was eating all the way through. So clearly food is what he needs.
Food is his fuel. That's not a huge surprise, but there we go. I like the attempt to sort of like force Blue into the path of his opponent's dodgeballs. Really, really nice. Interesting little three-way fight. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to fight Crasini at all. Yeah. He needs one more. One more Crasini. One more Crasini, one more Bals.
But he has taken out Hallis completely, which is not a surprise.
Yeah, Hallis actually coming down the broad.
Crasini lands a great one on Steak, spawn camping him to the extreme.
Well, that's it. Crasini needs to be super cautious of Steak, because Crasini is one of the people that Steak has to remove.
See, Hottie was struggling there for the number of kills, but I think he's just here to cause chaos for the others. He'll take pride in not necessarily winning himself, but helping decide who doesn't win.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds like a very Hottie thing to do. He's definitely firmly the kind of player that would rather set the world on fire just to watch it burn.
He'll set the podium on fire.
He definitely would set the podium.
If I can't be there, no one else will either.
And if they do, they won't have a fun time doing it.
As Ted takes him down again.
Oof.
This is the point of the game where we're starting to close in on win conditions, but no one's quite sure of how well others have progressed.
Let's have a click through, see how many are left. So
Steak's one each on most of his.
Crasini's not too bad. Oh my word!
Happy the Andy's
really caught up.
But he hasn't touched Bals once.
Not a single one. In fact, there's a fair few people who don't seem to have actually managed to kill Bals at all.
It's understandable. As I said earlier, he's climbing up the leaderboard. He's a late bloomer.
Yeah, but keeping it really even across the board. Steak still in the lead, I'd say, in getting close to that win.
Our theory earlier about Happy the Andy was right, that he's got a lot of the kills, but he must have just kept farming them for Crasini.
For sure. Crasini has really dove up all of a sudden. Like, he was down at the bottom, a minute ago? Now he's chilling in third place.
So we get a little bit of shit talk here from Happy the Andy. Bals, you're the bane of my life. Clearly not having a good time because of it.
Well, I think he knows that he's got to kill Bals, but he hasn't he's just not been able to get those wins. Each time he comes over, he gets sniped.
But that's the difficulty of this game and the joy of having to kill each player 3 times. You need to find those engagements with every single player. You can't rely on just taking out one guy who you've got his number.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice change to a dodgeball format, because if it was just bombard cannons having a scrap and whoever gets the most kills wins, that invites camping and farming.
It does, whereas this invites proactive play. Maybe Mem should take note for next King of the Desert. How to be
absolutely
more aggressive. Just give everyone a bombard cannon minute 1.
To be honest, I would love that in a game mode, like hyper random. Forget spawning with like some sort of stupid scout. No, spawn immediately with a bombard cannon. Let's go. You lose yours, you can lose your TC.
It would definitely spice up the early game.
It most certainly would spice up the early game. Then you'd have to worry about going forward aggressively because you might lose your bombard cannon.
But would it bring back the joys of the scout rush as you look to snipe your opponent's BBC?
I think you definitely would have to lean into that. Or how much would you have to lean into Dark Age if you're going for militia off the back of that?
You'd have to lean very, very heavily there, Tom.
Well, one bombard cannon can take out a TC if it's determined enough.
Having a quick glance again at the numbers of kills, and Hannes has seemingly made no progress. Ted's still struggling, unfortunately, given his...
oh my, what?
Stakes down to 1.
Stakes down to 1!
He just needs Dave Hunn.
Seems like a very attainable...
He is looking for revenge for that group stage.
Hottie keeping him away.
I think Hottie just needs to focus down Dave Hunn now. He just needs to keep killing him. Don't let Stake get to him.
You don't let Stake get the win. Considering that Stake came second in his group.
He's done it.
The absolute domination. Stake, not out of nowhere, but a clear, concise victory.
The level of control Stake has over his BBC is quite impressive.
I wish I could be like Stake and have that level of mastery of a BBC.
Oh, it would be a joy for us all.
It would be a joy for us all, but that was our successful dodgeball game played, and our winner this year is Stake. Please come and collect your prize from Grandy, because he's got you a trophy and a mug.
What everyone would want to win from this kind of
I've always wanted a trophy and a mug. Clap, 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 clap. Clap, 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 clap. Clap, 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 clap. Well done, Stake.
Cheers, Tom and Boo, for that invigorating commentary. It was good fun. So yeah, I think if I pop to the schedule, the next thing is going to be at 8 o'clock, and that's going to be the pub quiz. So yeah, we'll be back at 8. Feel free to do whatever you like in between.